And next we'll sing Door of My Heart. And most of us know that. And if you don't, the words are on page 38.
Namaste, and welcome everyone to Satsang, everyone here and everyone who's joining us online. This is actually our first online Satsang, and maybe we'll do one again under different circumstances, but for now we wanted to have the opportunity to connect with everybody in our community here and everybody in our community throughout the world. We've been having online bhajans, and we have people join us from all over the world that are part of our Radha community. And so we wanted, now that the temple burned, part of it, we wanted everyone to have it together as a community and to celebrate the continuing on. And so that's what we're doing tonight. And unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we can't offer a chat room, but you're welcome to send us an email after we're finished and let us know about your experience or what's happening for you. You're invited to do that. And we don't actually know during Satsang anyway, so it'll probably be okay. So I wanted to point out before we start that we have a few survivors in the room. So deities are pretty amazing and have all kinds of powers, and they can survive fire. So here we have Ganesh, who made it out of the prayer room. And on the altar, we also have Mary, as well as Swami Radha's picture. And living survivors include the lily in the center, and also, I think it's an orange tree over here. And that is, and in fact, also, and going back to the center, we have orchids. And All the other beautiful flowers are from the grounds surrounding the temple. And Radha and Krishna are also from the hallway. So many, many things have survived, and it's an opportunity for much more to grow from it. So we're going to start our satsang this evening with the opening prayer, which is on page 9 in our songbook.
Salutations and prostrations unto thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. Thou art Satchitananda. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Thus an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptation and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, greed, hatred, and jealousy. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember thee. Let us ever sing thy glories. Let thy name be ever on our lips. Let us abide in thee forever and ever.
This next part of satsang is arti, means to invoke. This is the candle that sits on the altar, that sat on the altar in the temple. And it sits in front of Swami Radha and represents her vision and the light that she brought to us. And it touches my heart to know that that light and that vision is very much alive. And I'm going to bring the light around, and as I pass it to you, you can put your hands over the light and then touch your sense organs and just bring into mind the awareness of the gift of the light and how it has touched you in your life. So we light this candle from Swami Radha's light, and it symbolizes pass the light on, and how in that passing on we support each other. So we'll chant Om 3 times.
We're now going to chant mantra, and just before we do, I'd like to. We're now going to be chanting mantra, and just before we do, I wanted to just say how the mantra has been very important in these last couple of weeks for me, and I've been reminded of that life is movement, and that we are continuously in a process of change. And mantra facilitates that process of movement and has that promise of connecting to deep rhythm, the sustaining rhythm of that vibration, that powerful words, the words of power, and the vibration that comes with them. And I know that when I chant and from my practice, I know that I will be lifted and supported through the mantra. So I'll move to the harmonium, and I invite you to all take a moment and prepare for the mantra and connect to that deep place in yourself. But we'll be chanting Hariom, the healing mantra. And as we chant, we can send our prayers and the mantra to the prayer list, to those that are in our hearts, and to everybody on the list.
Hare I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light. I am ever growing into divine light. So, my name is Swami Sukhananda, and I was going to start by talking a little bit about how the ashram has been preparing for emergencies of various kinds, because that helps to put what happened into a context or a frame. And for the last couple of years, we've been reflecting and clarifying quite a bit about the different kinds of emergencies that could happen or can happen at the ashram, because we're in such a remote location and there are a lot of us, and we're dependent on the buildings and the water supply and the electricity that we have. So we have an emergency response team that has been working through the things we need to do. Various other groups that kind of report to that team. One is there's a first aid group, and they train, and we've even got training certificates recently. We might have to take someone some distance for help if there were ever a problem. Getting the water supply to the incident where the fire is as quickly as they can. We also have a group of longer term people here called area responders, who need to look after the whole of the rest of the ashram and the guests and the meals and the other buildings whenever there's something going down somewhere that's getting a lot of attention because there's an emergency. So it's taken some thought, and we've also been practicing in various different ways, including having practice sessions with the local voluntary fire department, so that we know how to handle it. And we've practiced in various parts of the ashram at different times. And that's by way of background, because it does take, when something's happening, people need to know what to do and how to do it, and who to listen to and whose instructions to follow. So there's all those kinds of things that need to be in place if we're going to respond effectively to something that happens. And the night of the fire, it started probably while we were actually eating, after we'd finished our supper, that we heard that there was a fire and got to the temple. And the fire team, their job then was to get hoses lined up to get water straight to it, and to get an extra pump going down on the beach, because that's how we can only fight a fire here. If you think about, we don't have like city supplies of water and things like that. So we have to know how to do that, and our team did know how to do it, and they got the hoses there and they got them going. And then among the tasks that I had, because one of my jobs is to be there at the incident and let the other people know who have to respond in other places what's needed. So calling in people who could help actually fight the fire. So we were kind of thinking of those kind of physically fit people, because handling hoses is quite a vigorous task. And you can't, the population of the ashram is changing all the time. So in a given moment, you can't know for sure how many people there will be here who might be able to respond in that kind of way. And so I was calling into Swami Saradhananda, and he was finding the people to help. So we kept our effort going until the fire department get there, and we were able to keep the thing as much damped down as we could. The fire itself was between the impermeable tiles and the stucco of the ceiling, so it was inside the roof. It could only get there when the eaves trough was down, just where the eaves trough was down, the repair job. And so it was actually very difficult to get water to the fire, which was part of the issue for us in dealing with it. But, you saw how practice like that pays off. We were able to, the area responder people were up at Mandla House making the tea and the coffee, and they were and class all were able to happen, even while we were doing what we could to fight the fire. And I'm going to hand over to Dan now, because he's part of the local fire department, a volunteer with the local fire department. So he can tell you a bit more about what happened once they got here.
Yes, Dan, and I wear multiple hats. One of them is a firefighter on the local volunteer fire department, and I also live at Yasodhara Heights, and I also work here every day. So the night of the fire was really a confluence of a whole bunch of different identities all at once, and a whole bunch of personality aspects. And for me, the fire started at 6:40 when I got a phone call from the Ashram saying that there was a fire, and real, because the ashram is actually one of the only properties on the East Shore that the fire department has as close a relationship with, that we actually come and do practice. So like a lot like Swami Sukhananda was saying, that was one of the key factors to being able to keep the fire contained in the way that it was. And and Thursday night is actually our practice night, so many of the people were already en route to the hall, and they all got there and said, "Is this real?" And again, events, there was a chief's conference, so there were no senior firefighters that were actually on our crew that were there that night. So as I was listening to Swami Sukhananda speak, I thought, boy, the fire department really isn't that different. Like that issue of you work with who you have, you practice, you train, and when you get there, you do the best you can. And that was really what I saw happening that night. Like when I first got to the fire, I was the first firefighter there, and it was very surreal to try to realize that the temple is on fire, and that's the structure fire that I'm actually going to fight for real. And to kind of be able to step back from that and control like the emotional response to it and do the work that needed to get done. And I remember when I walked down, first thing you do is you walk around the whole fire site, and seeing the side that was on fire on the lakeside, and my heart dropped. And it was kind of like, okay, I got to shake out of it and get to work. And it was collaboration in a lot of ways, because it's a difficult fire to fight, like Swami Sukhananda said, just by virtue of where the fire is, and then the elevation change from how high the temple is when you're on the actual side of where the fire is. And then when you fight a fire here in rural Kootenays, you have to bring the water you're going to need. So we actually just signed a couple weeks before a mutual aid agreement that allowed us to bring Balfour firefighters here. So we had about 12 firefighters from Rindell come throughout the night, regardless if they had jobs, regardless if they had work the next day, regardless what time it was that they got. People showed up and helped, and people from Balfour and brought their equipment and were able to help, and the ferry did an extra run and stayed late, and Highways was involved by helping us bring water. The Caslow Fire Department, which is on the other side of the lake, lent us water. A guy with a boat boated it over. So there's nothing in the book about fighting a fire in a dome. So it was a lot of like a in particular, the moment that stands out for me that night was I was the first firefighter to use the chainsaw to cut into the roof. And I remember that point, like, okay, well, we need to do it, otherwise we're not going to be able to put the fire out. And putting the chainsaw through, and this moment of like, oh, like it was like accepting that something had happened, and that this was real, and there was a point of, in a lot of ways, of no return. And there was this moment where, because I could see the altar inside throughout the night, and I could see Swami Radha's picture, and I could see, like Swami Jyotiananda was talking about the light that we were carrying around. And there were moments where I had to remind myself that I experienced that it's a building. And as much as I have a heart connection to the building, it's a connection that goes beyond a building. it's a connection. There's something that, what brings us together tonight isn't just, it's the light, it's the teachings, it's what we have in our hearts. And that's really what I noticed that night, and what stays with me. And I was just grateful to my community here, because I look around the room and so many people helped in so many different ways, be it from holding, to putting water on a fire, to making sandwiches. All those pieces helped. Just beyond that, people who chanted mantra, who did the light. There was an energy that was at that event that kept people going for over 24 hours without sleeping, which meant most of us had been up for 40 hours because the fire started in the evening. So I really celebrate community, people from within, and people who were volunteering at the fire. I felt like I was fighting a fire, serving. So I learned about selfless service that night, just by watching my peers.
It's been quite a time for me. I became the president of the ashram just a little over a month ago, and it was a very joyful occasion in the temple. And then many things happened, and someone said recently it's the year of the horse in Chinese astrology, and things move fast in that year. To say they have been. They've been moving very, very quickly. So my mother also passed away in a lovely, the best way possible, really. Just relaxing back on her pillows and letting go. So there was that, and then I just got back, and the next day, the temple was on fire. So it's moving quickly. And my mother was cremated, and I was reading from Swami Radha, and she said that the heart is the cremation ground. And that's where we burn our attachments. And we have to sacrifice those things that we're most attached to. So in some ways, we are given a new opportunity. And as a community, we've been going through a whole range of emotions. So when you lose something very dear, you're very sad. One part of it, sad. The other part is the opportunity to take the next steps and what's going to happen next and how do we work together. And I mean, the gratitude that we feel to Sukhananda and Saradananda, the people who organize the emergency response, everybody who is part of that. We've never had an emergency response team like this. Even the fire department didn't used to come up the lake to us. So seeing these people give the selfless service is just very, very touching. We could never repay that. Like it was heroic because it was very dangerous, and it was very real and very touching. And the other thing that's happening is that people from our local community are responding and responded that night and continue to respond. People from different churches have sent their condolences. Christian meditation groups, different people from different faiths have written to us, even people we don't really know. It shows what happens when you create a symbol that has meaning. So the temple's lived for 24 years. But before that, it was many, many years in the making. And so when it manifested, it was very special. And it resonated out. And we're getting this response back, like this echoing back. Yes, we love the temple. I might never have been there. Many people have been there. And they know the feeling inside of this safe place, this place of light, this place of. So very much I agree with Dan that that place of light and coming together still exists. It existed before the temple, during the temple, and now. And in fact, now we're we want to recreate the temple or build the new temple. And we'll be going through a process with that, and that process will have its ups and downs. So we're going to have to work closely together, generate the ideas that are going to work, and then rally for help and support. So everyone who loves the temple, or everyone who loves the idea of all religions coming together in one light, anyone who loves the essence in their heart, we can use and feel your support. And I also want to thank everyone who has been praying for us, everyone who's been keeping us in the light. So at times it becomes really tangible. The light becomes very real. We can feel it. And so yeah, we just have to hold on to the light. So it's not holding on to the tangible, it's holding on to the essential, to that place within. And when we were chanting tonight, I was thinking of how Swami Radha went through lots of tragedies in her life. And everybody does. Everybody goes through tragedies in their life. And a tragedy like this also can trigger our tragedies that we've had and bring forward the sadness from different things. So we've been working with that. But I remember what Swami Radha would say to me, even watching really devastating news. She would say, we have to see it as the play of the divine. We have to understand that the divine, that the light is behind this. So it's a bigger vision that we need. So we have our limited understanding, and I am like questioning, like, why? Why would this happen? Why would I become the president and the next thing is the temple burns down? Like, I don't know. But I'm not going, well, it's because I'm the president. It's like this. It might be. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But I just remember her saying, like, look for Divine Mother. She's behind it all. Like, it's not obvious. It's not straightforward. It's not rational. But it's very precise, and there is a meaning, or maybe many meanings. And maybe a meaning for each of us. But do we want a place of light in the world? And what do we have to do to make that happen now? So I saw what Swami Radha had to do. She had to wait for like 50 years. She had to wait for 20 more years. She had to then go, yes, I want to do it now. So we're going to start. We know what the temple is. We know how beautiful it is to have that place. We want to start. And we'll need everybody's help. And we'll know that Divine Mother is with us through it all, and the light is there. So maybe just take a moment and close your eyes. And find a place of stillness. And find yourself entering a temple of light. Observe your breath. Letting go as you exhale. Drawing in the light as you inhale. And filling yourself with light. Finding the very center of your being. A place of stillness and a place of rhythm. And go to the place, the heart of the light in your heart. The temple of light within yourself. And feel it expanding out. Feel this light expanding. You can imagine the light reaching out to everyone around you, around your city, around your center, around the world. Visualize the world as the temple of light. This place where we live our karma, where we evolve our consciousness, where we express our desire to return to the source. I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light. I am ever growing into divine light. Really listening to the words and feeling what they mean to you tonight. I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light. I am ever growing into divine light. Namaste. So we have something very special tonight. One of the functions of the Temple of Divine Light is to hold different traditions. And tonight we have a First Nations tradition that is present for us with Shakti and her brother Charles. Her brother Charles has moved to the Ashram, and so because he's here, we have his sister Shakti visiting us. And I'm going to pass the microphone on to Shakti so that she can tell us a bit about what she's going to do. Or Charles.
Yes.
Namaste. I've heard some wonderful words tonight, and the coming community in a time of need, and a growing and expansion of togetherness and working together for a common goal on many levels within this community and the community surrounded by this wonderful place. And so is a song written by a dear friend of mine, Sandy Schofield, and the song is called All My Relations, and I feel very appropriate to this satsang and in expressing that in community we're all one, we're all related, regardless of our race or any where we come from, our traditions, our spiritual background, our genetic background, that really in essence we are all one. And so this song represents that. This is spoken in our native language from the Gordon Band in Saskatchewan. Cree's actually spoken in many parts all over Canada, but that's where we're from. So this is called All My Relations.
Ni wa
go na ni kia se puede chek ka ki hao ni wa ko ma contek ka pe si sak ka ki hao pe si sat ka ki hao pe wak e kwa mina quasta o te ke wi ke chek ka ki hao ni wa ko ma contek. Oh.
So throughout the couple of weeks since the fire, for me, gratitude has been one thread that has gone through it all. Whether it's been, well, the expressions that we heard tonight, so whether it's been explicit or whether it's been implicit in what people have said and what people have offered, gratitude has been very present. And so has the presence of her, of Divine Mother's grace. And we have the lineage still, nothing happened to that. We do have the light, nothing has happened. So tonight as I pass prasad and we'll be singing, perhaps part of your mind can be resting on those two words, gratitude and grace.
Mother of Light, and it's on page 71.
let's say together the words of prayer to Divine Mother. It's on page 9 in your songbook. So really thinking about, as we say it, the words and her grace, her presence.
May all my speech and idle talk be mantra. All actions of my hands be mudra. All eating and drinking be the offering of oblations unto thee. All lying down prostrations before thee. May all pleasures be as dedicating my entire self unto thee. May everything I do be taken as thy worship.
All of you for coming, and thank you to everyone out there for joining us and keeping the connection between all of us in an ongoing way. It's always nice to have you here with us and all of you as well. Hari Om Tat Sat.
So we'll be playing a few songs so you can listen and sing and start to clean up, and you'll get music while you're doing that. The first one is Guru Radhe, page 46.
Guru
page 50.